Representative Duane Hall, you're recognized.
Speak to the bill. Speak to the bill.
You're recognized to debate the bill.
Members of the House, the first thing I'd like to do is assure Representative Blackwell that, yes, there is a whole lot wrong with this bill. Most members in here obviously don't represent Wake County, but you're all aware of the turmoil we've gone with our school board. It's made statewide, it's made national news, and this recent Senate attempt to draw our districts again has two stated objectives. I've had the chance to listen to the Senate author a couple of times talk about it. The first objective is to ensure greater turnout by changing elections to even years. I'm in favor of greater turnout as well. I think we all are, but I just want to remind the members there's a reason that most school board districts across the state are on odd years, and that said they're not partisan. I guess that's the decision you each have to make yourself, whether you want an R or a D next to every single race we have. Mr. Speaker, could you help me out a bit? The second stated objective of this is he said there were a lot of complaints that parents couldn't always vote for the school board member where their child went to school. And I'm in favor of that objective as well, but this bill doesn't come close to doing that. I'm not sure how many people have the map in front of it out again for us, and I think it's on your dashboard. But if you guys will look at the large map, the one at the top, these are the new district lines, and they are way less geographically compact than the old districts, which results in obviously making it less likely that a parent can vote for the school board member where their child actually goes. One of these new districts, I think, actually goes around the edge, and it touches 5 different counties, 5 different municipalities. There's one other way that this bill also attempts to ensure that a parent can vote for the school board member. And what they've done here is they've created 2 really large regional districts. That's the other map I hope you'll take a look at. That's the smaller one in the right-hand corner. So if you'll look at the pink district they've drawn in the middle, look off to the northeastern side of it, there's a long, looks like a gooseneck with the head turned backwards. It's got another head in the middle. To the western north side, it looks like a dog's head turned backwards. And then in the southwest corner, it's got what looks like a bifurcated tail. And the point of me pointing all this is, again, it makes it extremely likely you could live in one of these small appendages and you're not voting for the school board member where your child actually goes to school. Another thing I'd like to point out is the predominant reason you usually can't vote for the school board member where their child goes to school, or at least it is in most counties, is because they've sent their child to a magnet school. So when they do that, they're voluntarily sending their child outside of that district. So they're completely aware of it. In addition, I know we have quite a few members that have served on school boards, and I think they'll all, with both parties, stand up and tell you that they didn't advocate for one particular school or one particular district. They were advocating for the entire school system. Even if this bill did achieve the objectives it talks about, I'd still be against it because it's just something that we shouldn't be doing right now. The North Carolina Constitution clearly says that the House or the Senate shall not redraw school board districts, but after a 10-year census. No law made by this body also makes clear that school board districts should only be redrawn every 10 years. Now, the current maps in place were drawn by a Republican. They were drawn by Kieran Shanahan, who has been recently appointed by Governor McCrory to head public safety. The maps cost my county $40,000 to have them draw them up. And reprinting these maps, the cost for us to mail out our voter ID cards here in Wake County, another $250,000. So I'm going to urge the Republican members of this House to vote no and let us keep our current maps that were drawn by Republicans for Republicans, and that you guys won in 2010, and you can win again. Don't put our county through for what's clearly going to be seen everywhere as purely and blatantly politically partisan reasons. A no vote on this bill. It's also the conservative thing to do, because it's going to save my county $250,000, and I urge the members to do so.
For what purpose?
Until November 2014. So I'd ask members to oppose this amendment.
Representative Duane Hall, what purpose do you wish to be recognized for?
To ask Representative Charles Malone a question.
Representative Malone.
Chris Malone, I'm sorry.
Representative Duane Hall, is there another representative you wish to ask a question of?
Representative Rosa Gill.
I'm sorry, say again?
Representative Rosa Gill.
Representative Gill, do you yield for a question?
I will.
Representative Gill, when you served on the school board, did you ever advocate for the position of one school, or I guess the question is, was your job to represent a school or a school system?
As a member of the Wake County School Board, I represented the entire student population, even though I was elected from a district.
Thank you. Can I speak on the amendment?
You may speak on the amendment.
You just heard that one county commissioner that was the head spoke out for this new map. What you didn't hear was that parents didn't come out and speak for it, that teachers didn't want this, and also the school board itself didn't want this. You just heard that one county commissioner said they wanted this. I urge you to vote for the amendment.
Discussion for the debate? If not, the question before the House is Amendment 3 for House Committee Substitute Senate Bill 325.